everyone, welcome back. So today we are building in the world that came with cottage living, and I am Henford on Bagley. I don't know why I was drawing a blank there for a second. Um, but today I'm building kind of like a little sort of rundown farmhouse. Not really rundown, it's just, you know, it's seen a little bit of better days, but it's definitely livable. And I actually ended up making this a retail lot because I wanted it to be like a pumpkin picking farm. So here you'll see this is where the farm is gonna go, like the farmhouse, and then to the left is where I'm gonna have all these like patches for pumpkins and whatnot. And I wanted your Sims to be able to sell it, so I did make this a retail lot. There is like a livable space upstairs in this lot, so either if you have a mod where you can have a livable like a live-in store, like I know there's mods for that, or like what I usually do is I just send my Sims to this lot and then I just don't have them leave. Like I open the shop and I let them do their thing, and then when you close, like they have everything upstairs to live in, so they're never really on their home lot, but I don't think it really makes a difference. um and I did have farm animals. I don't know, when I loaded to the gallery, they might be in there, but they did drop into this lot, so I think you'll be okay. Because all the animals that I had on this lot kind of just stayed here. So yeah, so you could do that. Just move your sim into like a open lot, and then just have them come here and stay here. I know it kind of takes up two lot spaces, which kind of stinks. But you could always put a house on the other lot if you want, and then just go back and forth. But I really wish that's something we'll get in the future with The Sims. I'm not sure if it'll ever happen, but I kind of wanted them to update, like, I guess it's Get to Work. It was the pack like the retail lot came with. I don't know if it's possible, but if they could update it somehow where we can just live on the lot, that'd be great, because it would free up so much extra space that you don't have to use when you're dropping your Sims on like a regular lot and then buying a retail space. Like I wish you could just buy it and have it as your retail space and your home lot. So yeah, maybe that's something the Sims will do in the future. I don't know if it'll ever happen. I know there's a lot going on with the Sims. New kits came out. We're getting a new game pack or whatever. So I don't know if it's anything that we'll see in the future, but I'm keeping my fingers crossed, even though Get to Work has been out for how long now? And we still haven't gotten it, so I won't get my hopes up too high. But yeah, I mean, it's, maybe if we, talk about it enough and people want it enough, maybe they will do it. Because I know they've done game refreshes, like refreshes on certain packs and stuff in the past, so I don't think it's something impossible, but I don't think it's something that the Sims team is really focused on. So who knows? We'll see. But anyway, yeah. So like I said, this is a retail lot. I'm gonna load it into the gallery as a retail lot. Um, there is a like one of those sellable tables on this lot. So I guess technically, if you want to make this like just a regular like home lot and you don't want it to be retail lot, you could just take the items that are downstairs, like in the shop part of it that I made, like the retail store part of it, and you could just, I think, well, I don't know if all items are like available to add to the table. Like I don't know if there's certain items you can't. But like I said, I put a shop table on here also just in case. So if you do want this to just be like a home lot, then maybe you could just take items and put them there and sell them off the table. This way you don't have to take up two lots. So I did give another option because I also thought, like, even like when I had this as a retail lot and I was playtesting it, I did use both, and it did let me open this as a retail lot, and then it also let me open like a little like when you set to sale on the table and you open like oh, what's it called, it's like an event that opens up when you want to sell off the table. It let me do both at the same time. So honestly, you could sell as a retail and on the table at the same time. And just rake in the money, rake in the simoleons. I don't know how much like the table actually is, like, I guess if you mark up the table prices, it'll be worth it. Um, but yeah, so I place tested that and it did work, so that was good. So if you want to make extra simoleons, you could just do both and just leave this as a retail lot like I did. But yeah, there's plenty of options here. It's not a very big lot, but there is a lot on it. I did kind of clutter it up. And to the left of this farmhouse, you'll see there's like an extra little space. I did make a little spot for a horse. So you can have a horse on this lot. There's like food in a water trough on the side, and then inside that little area is like a horse bed. Because I wanted to add a horse in here. I thought it kind of added to, the lot, and I kind of like the theme. And I do feel like horses fit very nicely into cottage living because it is like a farming world. So I do think that you can integrate horses into this world also. And I think I added a chicken coop in here. But that was it because I didn't have any space for any other farm animals. You might be able to squeeze them in because in the back of the build, I do put like a public bathroom just because I felt like, and there's a door upstairs on the stairs, so you could lock the upstairs part of this build so that when you have it open as a retail lot, like other Sims can't go up there and just like walk around your house. So yeah, I did separate that. So that's why I put like a public restroom in the back because I figured like maybe if your Sims are down here working, they don't want to have to keep going up to go to the bathroom or like, with the people shopping here, like, it's good to have a public restroom. So yeah, I did add that to the back, but I guess if you really do just want to get rid of that and you could just open the upstairs, you could take that out and maybe fit a shed that'll fit like a cow or a llama because I think it's about the same size. I mean, the shed might be a little bigger, but it might fit in that space. So you could always do that if you wanted to have a cow or a llama on this lot. I just didn't add it because I didn't think it was necessary. But that's up to you. There's other things you can change on here. You could get rid of like in the corner you'll see later on. I put in like a whole like a gardening what are they called? Like a greenhouse. You could get rid of that whole thing and maybe put one there. So there's definitely possibilities here to kind of make it your own, but this is just kind of like the idea I went with. And, we're in that fall vibe, and now it's October. I don't know if it'll be October or November by the time I post this video, but we definitely are into fall now, and, we're into that pumpkin picking season and kind of spooky vibes and Halloween. And I don't know, I'm just very into that and getting into those kind of feelings with my builds. So I just thought it'd be really fun to just do a little farm here, like where your Sims can go and grab some pumpkins or whatnot and then decorate their house with it. So yeah, even if you don't want to use this as like your active lot, I'm not sure. Does it work if like you just place this as a retail lot? Can your Sims? I think your Sims can just go and shop. I don't see why that wouldn't work. So you could just place this lot and then just have it as like a retail lot and have your actual active household. Maybe just come here and pick some pumpkins and buy some of the pumpkins that are in the retail space below. That should work. So yeah, you could also use this as just a retail lot for, you don't have to actually use this lot functional. Like you don't have to, you know what I mean. So yeah, there's different options to go with this lot. I just felt like, at this time of year, I wanted something with pumpkins and like a farm. And, that's kind of what we do every year. Actually, I don't, I have dogs. So, as you probably have known from past videos, so we take our dogs pumpkin picking every year. And it's kind of, like a fun little tradition. So yeah, I love doing little farms like this and going pumpkin picking. And I just think it's fun having the Sims so that your Sims could also, enjoy that. And yes, you could bring your Sim pets with you too. I don't see why not. So, but yeah, I'm kind of in that feeling, and I kind of, I can't wait to go pumpkin picking with my dogs. Actually, where I live, there's like a train that you could take your dogs on. Actually, my dogs have been on the train before for a different event, and my one older dog absolutely just loves going on train rides. He's going to be 13, so he's been doing it his whole life. And the new puppy we got, she's going to be 9 months now. So, yeah, so she's gone on two train rides in her life already, and she's done really well. She's doing okay. So, yeah, there's actually the train, one of the trains you can go and it'll take you to a farm and it'll drop you off at a farm, and then you could do all your pumpkin picking and all just your farm activities. And I think they're having like a costume contest, which is my thing. Like we dress up every year for all events with my dogs. So yeah, I'm really excited for that, and I'm hoping I get to take them on the train, and to go pumpkin picking. So I think that'll be really fun. Let me know in the comments if you where you live, if you have anything like that. Not just for dogs, but like if you have any fun places you can go, and let me know about how you guys do it. Do you guys go pumpkin picking? Do you take different forms of transportation, like a train to go pumpkin picking, or do you just drive to a farm and do it? Yeah, leave a comment below and let me know what your plans are for the fall and what your plans are for Halloween and all the fun activities you guys are doing. Because I'd like to hear it. I love fall, and this is like my time of year, so you know, let me know what are you dressing up for as Halloween. Let me know what your Halloween costumes are, because I just, I love it and that's like my thing. So I would love to see what you guys have in store and the fun ideas that you guys come up with. But I think I've talked enough over this build a little bit. So yeah, right now as you can see, I'm building like the little greenhouse here where I'm just going to put some planters and stuff. And then originally I knocked that wall down and I stuck the table in there. I kind of like the way it looked, like it looked integrated, and I was gonna leave it like that, and then I was like, I'm gonna play test it and see if it'll work. But I just had the idea. I was like, I don't think this is gonna function. I didn't play test it. I kind of, you'll see later on that I fix it and I pull the table out and I put like I build the wall and I put a door or an archway or something there so your Sims can access it. So yeah, the way I do it later on, it is accessible and it is usable at the table, so you don't need to worry. I did like the way this one looked because it looked like it was part of the greenhouse and it looked really cool. It's just as I was building, the more I thought about it, the more I was like, I don't know if this is gonna function. So I had just decided to change it because I didn't feel like going out and putting a thing like a family in here and play testing it and then going back in, and I don't know, I just I got lazy. So I was like, I don't think it's going to function, so I just ended up changing it later on. But yeah, that's the pumpkin patch that's right there. I put a bunch of debug pumpkins in there, like already, like by the time I load this, I think they're already grown, like they're already ready to go because I did play test this for a little while. Um, so yeah, you should pretty much probably have pumpkins if you load this into your game. I'm not sure. But yeah, and that's the public restroom I just stuck back there. Like I said, I did it for the retail side of this just in case your Sims need it. But yeah, anyway, now we are moving to the inside, and as you can see, I made it look very worn and just like dark, and I'll light it up. I'm gonna add more lights in here so it'll brighten it up a little bit, but I didn't want this to look like a very like new or modern type of like shop. I wanted this to look like something that's been in the family for a long time. Like this farm has maybe been in the Sims family for generations, and maybe the Sims that just took it over kind of converted it into a retail store, or maybe it's always been a retail store. I don't know. But I feel like maybe they took the downstairs and it's retail because that's how their family made money over the years by selling their crops and their, eggs and milk and whatever else they get from their animals. Um, and then the upstairs is just where they've always lived. But yeah, I use this wallpaper. I want to say it's from the Halloween stuff pack. Um, I just like it because it looks very worn, like very old wood. That like is still holding up, but it's not very well taken care of. And I figured the Sims just kind of leave it as is because it adds character and it adds just that like look to it for their retail part of it. So yeah, I wanted to use that, and then I don't remember where the flooring came from, but the windows on the outside are from the werewolf pack actually, and I think they look kind of cool in here. I wasn't sure what windows to use, but they did kind of look old and a little bit more worn, and um I'm not sure about the brick and the wood, but I think it looks okay. So I kind of just left it as is. And then, yeah, these tables I just loaded up with a bunch of pumpkins because I figured, like, these Sims, they go out to their pumpkin patch, they grab, a bunch of pumpkins, and then they put them in here to sell them. Or like your Sims can go out and pick their own pumpkins, kind of like a real farm. Like you can go either in the field and pick your own pumpkins, or there's pumpkins like around the farm that are already picked that you could just kind of grab. So yeah, I kind of wanted it to be a little bit realistic. And then these back tables, I just stuck a bunch of like the treats for like the farm animals, like treats you can give them so they produce different kind of like milk or eggs. So I loaded that up and some planter pots and just some decor items that you could sell just for fun. That kind of went with the theme. And then here I'm just stacking up a bunch of seeds. I don't know if I put those for sale, but pretty much you could put anything in this build for sale. So I just loaded up with a bunch of items. Um, that if you want to put it for sale in your shop, you can. A lot of it I did put for sale, but a lot of it I just kind of wanted it to be decor that kind of was just like sitting around on the counters or just kind of like sitting around that looks like it's for sale, but this way it just looks cluttered up, you know? And then here I'm just putting some flour and some sugar on that, which I believe is sellable. I think it worked when I did it. But yeah, like I said, I just wanted to clutter it up and I wanted it to be items that kind of made sense in this build. So yeah, so like the farm animal items, the pumpkins, obviously, like flour and sugar kind of makes sense because it's something you could sell that kind of fit the theme. And then here I put some milk bottles and some eggs. I don't know if the milk bottles actually have any milk in them, because they were a debug item, but I still think they look cool, so I just kind of left them there. And then I put some eggs up there because I figured the eggs you collect from the chicken coop outside, you could always just restock here and sell those. And then here, I just put some animal treats because I figured in case you bring your sim pet here and you want to buy them like a little animal snack. Um, I did that, and then I just put some, I think those bottles on the bottom or like honey, some sort of honey drink. And then I just put some lettuce because I couldn't think of anything else. I was just trying to fill the shelves up with stuff that was sellable. And I just think it looked cool. And then yeah, I'm just gonna like put some extra lights in here because it was very dark in here, and I wanted it to look a little dark and dingy, but then I was looking at it like this is pretty dark. Like it's kind of hard to see a little bit, so I wanted to brighten it up a little bit, but I also didn't want to put any type of like modern lights in here either. So I did these hanging lights with the candles. I thought that looked really cool. Um, I want to say those are from Get Famous, or what's the other pack? I don't know where those hanging lights from because I know we have ones that look the same in a couple different packs, so I can't remember exactly which ones these came with. Um, but yeah, I just thought it looked more realistic to put kind of like a lot of candles, or like I like those lights from Cottage Living because they look a little bit more like homemade, like the little mason jars with little plants and lights in them. I like that because it added a little bit more like realistic. Like maybe the Sims made those and then they hung them up all over the walls. But yeah, so here I'm just adding a couple more clutter items. This is like the little horse area where your horse can sleep. And then on the side, I added like food and water for the horse, but I felt like it needed a couple little extra decorations because it was looking a little, plain. So I just added this little cleaning thing and just like a little barrel, and I don't know, I just wanted it to look a little bit more, I don't know, decorated. Um, and then here we're moving on to the upstairs. So this is going to be like the livable space for your Sims. Um, and this I made, like, I still use this wallpaper. I think it's from City Living, but like it looks a little worn and a little stained and a little gross, but I figured like up here maybe your Sims or like the Sims that live here maintain the upstairs a little bit more, and they renovated it just slightly because it's like they want to live in it, so they didn't want like anything nasty or really gross or falling down and really run down. So the upstairs, I didn't really make it look too, old and gross. That's all I could think of. Because like I said, if you want your Sims to live in here, you don't want it to look like that. And so, yeah. So I did use like older, like I used these cabinets from Horse Ranch because they did look a little bit more worn, the wood on them, but they still looked functional and somewhat clean. And then I used the appliances from Cottage Living because I felt like those also look a little bit older, like maybe they've been here over the years, but they still function and they still look clean-ish. So yeah, that's kind of what I was going for, is something that looks old but also not fully like run down. um but yeah, I kind of like the way the space turned out. I was having a hard time figuring out like what colors to use and where to put everything. But I think that the layout came out really nice. I think it's very like functional, and I decided to put the kitchen in this corner because it just made the most sense. I was trying to do it over in the other corner, but it wasn't enough space. So I think the kitchen over here, and then I put a little dining table. And then on the other side, I will put like a small little living room. It's very tight in here. It's not like that much space. I figured like one, maybe two Sims actually like stay here. This isn't like a family lot. You couldn't really, I don't think, have kids or family. Like this isn't a space to have like a bunch of Sims. Like I think it's either a single Sim or maybe just like a couple. Um and that's really it because it's only one bedroom, one bath. And it's very tight. I couldn't even fit like a couch in there. You could see like I was trying to fit a sofa, but it was too tight. So I did this cute little thing and I put like two different like chairs. One's from cottage living and then one's from cats and dogs. And the only thing I could think of while I was doing this was up like what's their names? Ellie something. Ellie and whatever from the movie Up, where they have like where they like get old and they have their two little chairs together. I just thought that was so cute. That movie's like, oh, it's so sad. Um but I just thought that was so cute. It was like a little older couple. So yeah, I was imagining this to be an older couple, obviously. And yeah, they just have their little chairs each and they sit next to each other and they watch the television and they just have their little dog, sit next to them while they like lounge on their chair. I just thought it was really sweet. And that's all I can envision while I was building this little living room was um up. So yeah, I love that. I love the two little chairs and I love the mismatched chairs because I think it's more realistic, especially for like I said, like an older couple that's maybe been here for generations. And they don't really go out and buy new furniture. They don't really need it. They kind of just keep to themselves, and they have their chairs that they like, and they kind of have their routine. They don't really do, they go down, they sell their stuff, they make their money, and then they come here and they watch TV and they go to bed. Like they're a very simple, like older couple that doesn't really need a lot, doesn't need anything extravagant. Their furniture's old, but that's okay because it's still functional. And as long as they're together and they have their little dog with them, they're fine. Um, so yeah, I thought this build was very cute and very cozy. Um, and I did give them some color. Like I made this upstairs very green and brown. I wanted it to be like earthy. Like I didn't think these Sims were into very bright colors or anything crazy, but I didn't want it to look dull and dark and dingy. So I wanted to give them some color. So I just like how all the greens kind of like blended together. And then I used this cute little cozy basket. I think it's from Cottage Living, and the colors match perfectly. And then I had like a little dog on the pillow. So I thought that was just so cute. I had to use that in this build. And then as you could see, like I put little dog treats on the counter because I figured, that's what they have. They don't like either they don't have kids or their kids are all grown and moved out with their own kids. So now like their life revolves, not revolves, but like that's their child now is their dog. Like, that's all they have with them in the house because like either their kids are moved out or they just never had them. But yeah, so I just added some older photos over here. I made it kind of like a little gallery wall. I've been obsessed with gallery walls lately. I don't know why, but I just love the way they look, and I think they just come together so nicely. And I love all these old vintage looking photos. Um, like a lot of these packs that we've gotten, like that bistro kit to like that photo back there is from that. I think the other photo underneath is from the new Love Struck pack. But they all look a little old and vintage. And then some of them have like some nice pictures in there, like family photos and stuff, but they look older. So I do love all those new types of photos we've been getting with the new packs. I hope they keep those coming because they're just so fun and they're so nice to add to a gallery wall. I just love the way they look. But yeah, here's the bedroom. Like I said, it's very small. There's not much space. I didn't really add much in here. It is a double bed. I know it's bumped against the wall, but it is functional. You just need one Sim to scoot over first, and then the other one can get in. I did playtest it. It's fine now that Sims can like slide over in the bed, it works just fine. And then like I added like a little side table with some dentures. I love that. And just some glasses and just some like little clutter. And I put one of those lamps. I think it's from the jewelry kit or whatever, but it looks like one of those like oil lamps, and I just thought that was really cool, and I thought it fit this build really nicely. And then I'm just trying to decorate the walls. I couldn't figure out what to put on the walls, so I just put a couple like clutter items that I thought maybe the Sims would have. And yeah, so I added that cute little one from, I think it's a Nifty Knitting Pack. Here I'm just putting a couple of these. I don't know if these are cookie cutters or whatnot, but I thought those were really cute in the kitchen. But yeah, I put this cute little knitting one on the wall because I figured maybe the Sim here knits. I did put a knitting basket downstairs. I don't know if I put one up in the living room. I'll have to double check, but there is one downstairs, like on one of the cabinets. In the retail area. And then, yeah, I was just trying to clutter it up with other pictures. So I put this cute little picture from Horse Ranch. And then I am going to put this dresser from Cottage Living over there. It's like a dresser with a mirror on top. I don't think the mirror is functional. But you could always use the mirror in the bathroom. And then I put a cute little marriage certificate up here on the wall because I just thought that was cute, like something the Sim would have. And then that cute little clock from Cottage Living because I didn't want to clutter the walls up too much, but I just liked the way they looked and they were a little old timey and something that maybe they were like the clock was maybe passed down and stuff. So I just wanted cute little, nice photos up here, but I didn't want to overdo it with the clutter on the walls. But yeah, like I said, I put this dresser here. It functions as a dresser. I don't think, like I said, the mirror I'm pretty sure isn't functional, but like I said, there's one in the bathroom, so you could always use that. And then yeah, I'm just gonna clutter up the bedroom a bit with some extra like photos and little like knickknacks and stuff. I did clutter up a bit, but I didn't want to go over the top, so I just added a couple like things just that I feel like the Sims would have here. I put some shoes by the door, and then I just put like this little keepsake box, which I think is functional. I think it came from growing together. Um, and it's something like the older, like elder grandparent Sims I think can use. So I thought that was nice to put on like the dresser. Maybe they have some keepsakes in there that they'll pass down or whatnot. Yeah, and then I just put like a little curtain up here. This window was a little awkward, so I thought that one worked nicely. And now we're moving on to the bathroom. It's pretty simple. It's just a toilet, a sink, and a clawfoot tub, which I felt worked better in here than a shower. It just felt like it fit in this bathroom with like the whole theme I was going for. And then I used these like lamps. I don't know what pack they're from, but I thought they were really pretty. And they just looked really nice because they look like flowers and they match the wallpaper in here. So I really like that. I use that like old vintage like flowery wallpaper, and then I use the flooring from, I believe it's from Werewolves because it looks a little bit more worn down and cracked. Like maybe they just haven't really taken care of the bathroom too much. As long as the, you know, not appliances, but whatever they're called work. As long as their tub and their toilet and sink work, they're fine. They don't really care what the bathroom looks like. Um, but yeah, now I'm just like cluttering up the bathroom with some extra clutter items. I'm just sticking some like towels and soaps and all that kind of stuff from I believe it's the bathroom clutter kit on the wall. If you just heard a noise, I apologize. It's my computer being a jerk. But yeah, anyway, so I just threw a picture up here and some clutter, and this is really it for the build. So if you guys like it, please like and subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. If you guys have any comments you want to leave me down below, please do. I like to read them. Yeah, and I'm gonna have, I don't know how many more like voiceovers I'm gonna have, but hopefully I'll get a couple more out. But yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you guys have a great day. All right, bye guys.